Country music's been real good to me, and I fell in love with it when I was a young man. I really loved the instruments, the steel guitars and the fiddles and things like that gave it such a unique character to me and made it its own.
Hey there, country music lovers. We're kicking off this month with some huge Alan Jackson news. You won't believe what's happening. Don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss a beat. Now, let's get started. All right, folks, let's talk about Alan Jackson. As you know, he's been a pillar in the country music scene for over 3 decades, but it looks like 2024 is shaping up to be a really tough year for him. Let's dive into it. You might remember that Alan first announced his farewell tour back in 2022. It was a bittersweet moment for all of us, knowing that we'd soon have to say goodbye to seeing him live on stage. But here we are in 2024, and Alan's not done yet. He's extended his last call one more for the road tour, but it's not all sunshine and roses. You see, Alan's been battling some major health issues. It's a testament to his spirit and love for his fans that he's still pushing through, determined to give us all one last hurrah. Now let's talk about this tour. Alan's always been about giving his fans what they want. He knows we love the classics, the songs that made him who he is today, and he's promised to deliver just that. In his own words, he said, "Fans know when they come to my shows, they're going to hear the songs that made me who I am, the ones they love." It's like he's inviting us all to one last big party, a celebration of his incredible career. But let's not forget, this tour is also about saying goodbye. Alan's been on the road for over 30 years, and he's ready for a bit of rest. His daughters are all grown up, he's got grandkids on the way, and he's looking forward to spending more time at home. It's a new chapter in his life, and while it's sad to see him step back from touring, we can't help but be happy for him too. So, if you get the chance, go see Alan on his last call tour. It's our one final chance to see him perform live, to sing along to those iconic songs, and to thank him for all the memories. And you know what? Even though he's dealing with health issues, even though he's ready to hang up his touring hat, Alan's going to give us his best. Because that's who he is. That's what he does best. As we said, Alan Jackson was diagnosed with health problems. Let's talk about it in more detail. Back in 2011, Alan was diagnosed with something called Charcot-Marie Tooth disease. Now, I know that's a mouthful, so let's break it down. It's a degenerative nerve condition that affects his motor skills. In simple terms, it's been making it harder and harder for Alan to do the things he loves, like performing on stage. Alan opened up about this in an interview on the Today Show. He talked about how the disease is genetic, something he inherited from his dad. And unfortunately, there's no cure for it. It's been affecting him for years, and it's becoming more and more noticeable. You know, Alan's always been such a strong presence on stage, but he admitted that the disease has been making him feel self-conscious during performances. It's been affecting his balance, making it tough for him to stand in front of the microphone and do what he does best. He even said, "I know I'm stumbling around stage now. I just feel very uncomfortable." But here's the thing, folks. Alan's not one to hide from the truth. He said it was actually a relief to talk about it openly. He didn't want people wondering why he wasn't moving around like he used to. He wanted to be honest with his fans, and that takes a lot of courage. He's not letting this disease define him or hold him back from doing what he loves. Because he's not just a country music legend, he's a fighter, and he deserves all the love and respect we can give him. And remember, folks, if you see Alan looking a little unsteady on stage, just know that he's giving it his all. Now let's get to the big news. Now, we all know that Alan Jackson is a man of integrity and strong family values. So it's no surprise that he had some insightful things to say when asked about a certain trend among some celebrities. You know how it is? We've seen it in the news. Some famous folks in their later years striking up relationships with much younger women. Well, someone decided to ask Alan what he thought about all that. And true to form, Alan had a straightforward and honest response. He started off by saying that everyone has the right to live their life the way they see fit. Alan's not one to judge how others choose to live. But then he added a little caveat. He said that in those kinds of relationships, the ones with a big age gap, he just doesn't see the sincerity. It's like he's saying, "Hey, I'm not judging, but I just don't get it." And you know what? That's fair. It's honest. It's Alan. But here's where Alan really drove his point home. He made it crystal clear that he's not about that life. He said, point blank, that he would never leave his family. For him, family is everything. And after his tour is over, the only thing he wants is to spend quality time with them. Think about it, folks. Alan's been on the road for decades. He's given us so much of his time and talent. And now, as he's winding down his touring days, he just wants to be with the people who matter most to him. It's a beautiful sentiment, really. It shows you where his heart is. Because in a world where it's easy to get caught up in the glitz and glamour, Alan reminds us that what truly matters is the love and connection we have with our families. But the news doesn't end there. It was reported that after the end of his last tour, Alan plans to move to a new home. And let me tell you, this isn't just any house. It's a stunning sanctuary nestled in the heart of North Carolina. So, let's dive into the details, shall we? Picture this: a sprawling 99-acre estate in North Asheville, surrounded by breathtaking panoramic views of the mountains. It's like a little slice of heaven, and Alan's going to call it home. First off, the primary house is a dream come true. It's got all the bells and whistles you could imagine. We're talking about expansive living spaces with not one, not two, but 4 gas fireplaces. Can you imagine cozying up by the fire on a chilly evening? Pure bliss. And the walls of windows? They're perfect for taking in those stunning mountain views. Now, let's talk about the kitchen. It's a chef's dream. You know Alan's going to be whipping up some delicious home-cooked meals in there. And the cozy family room? It's the perfect spot for relaxing with loved ones. But wait, there's more. The owner's suite is a sanctuary within a sanctuary. It's got a custom dressing room, a large sitting area, and a spa-like bath with radiant floor heat. And get this, there's a half-glass cedar sauna and a jetted tub overlooking the mountains. Talk about luxury. Now, if you thought the main house was impressive, wait till you hear about the guest house. It's a detached 2-bedroom gem, well-appointed, and just a few hundred feet away from the main house. And the best part? It's just outside the city limits, which means it allows for short-term rentals. How cool is that? But let's not forget about the great outdoors. This estate offers some incredible outdoor living. We're talking private hiking trails, a lighted koi pond with 4 waterfalls, a heated screened-in porch, decks, a fire pit, and sitting areas. It's like having your own private park right in your backyard. And here's the cherry on top. The house sits on 4 acres and is adjoined by its 95-acre conservation land. So Alan's not just getting a new home, he's getting a sanctuary, a place to unwind, recharge, and enjoy the beauty of nature. So folks, let's be happy for Alan. After all those years on the road, he deserves a place like this to call home. A place where he can spend quality time with his family, enjoy the great outdoors, and just relax. That's all for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, but the fun doesn't stop here. We've got more incredible videos for you to explore. Keep watching and have a great time.